everyone, it's Shell from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is part of the April Card Hoppin' event from the Handmade Happiness Facebook group. The theme for this month is complementary colors, and our technique was either to create a spinner or a easel card. And I created an easel card using these Sunny Studio Stamps dies. It was very easy to do. That piece of pattern paper comes to you from Die Cuts with a View, and this is a really old paper pack, so I don't know if it's still available. I believe the dies from Sunny Studio Stamps are still available though. So I'm going to take the main die that creates that slider piece, as well as the circle piece that half circle piece that creates a notch, hold them in place with some washi tape, run them through my die cut machine, and then take off the pieces. And then we're going to reinforce the score lines that the dies create. So I bring out my bone folder and go ahead and crease all of the score marks. I do end up creasing the little one, this one right here, the wrong way. It actually should go up and not down, but I do fix that. We're going to be using some Distress Oxide and Rustic Wilderness around all of the edges to give it a little bit more of a finished look. So I'm going to go around and do the slider piece as well as all of the exterior pieces. And then once that's done, we're going to go ahead and start working on some of the decoration pieces. So I have a piece of green cardstock here, and we're going to be using the Jolly Christmas Tree die set from Lawn Fawn. I'm taking my Bitty Buzz Cutter from Honeybee Stamps and cutting out the solid piece and then out of green, and then we're going to cut out the outline piece from some black cardstock. Once I've finished cutting out both of those pieces, I'm going to pop out all of the fallout pieces from the outline, and then I'm going to take some Honeybee Stamps Be Creative glue and just add dots all over the back of that outline die and attach it to the green base that we cut out. And I'm going to put that over to the side and let it dry for a minute. There was a lot of glue on the back of it because it is an intricate piece. Wanted to let it dry before we did the next step in the tree. I'm going to go ahead and stamp out a pile of presents from one of the stamp sets. I believe it's the Car Critters Christmas add-on stamp set. I'm going to put that to the side, let that ink dry, and then fussy cut that in a minute. And then we're going to go to another die set from Lawn Fawn, and it's called Deck the Car. And there are solid pieces and outline pieces in this. I'm going to create a red car with a black outline and black tires to go ahead and decorate the piece that we're going to pull out. So at first I thought that I was going to cut both dies out with black cardstock. I wasn't sure if that solid, the one that actually is on the bottom, is actually a solid piece. I didn't realize that it was fully solid. So I just cut it out of black first, and then I eventually cut it out of white because I wanted to be able to see a critter driving in the car. I just thought that that would be a really cute addition to it. So I'm taking the pieces apart, pulling out all of the fallout pieces so that we can construct the red and black car that we will eventually put onto that green piece of cardstock that is going to be pulled out from the middle that will create the easel. So just trying to figure out how all of these layers go together, and then I'm going to take the Honeybee Be Creative glue and go ahead and attach the black outline to the red piece so that we can start the construction of the car. Once that's done, I'm going to, again, run that solid piece through my die cut machine and get a white background. I'm going to take that white background and then line it up with the front piece. Draw a line where the bottom of the window is so that I know where I can stamp my creature to make it look like he's driving the car. So this is a deer from the Car Critter Christmas add-on stamp set from Lawn Fawn. I'm inking it up with some Hero Arts black ink, a little black ink cube that I had that was just sitting on my desk. I'm going to let it dry for a minute, and then I'm going to go ahead and erase that pencil line so that you can't see it. And I'm then going to put it to the side to let it dry a little bit more before we go ahead and Copic color it. So I'm going to erase the line, put it to the side, and then we're going to fussy cut out the Christmas packages that I stamped out earlier. So I stamped out a red and a green one. I'm only going to end up using the red one. You will see it when I decide how I want the front layout to be, but I'm just going to use that red one. I also picked out the wreath and I stamped that out in that same green cardstock, and then I also stamped it out onto red. I fussy cut out the wreath, and then I'm going to paper piece the bow on top of it. I don't like the way that red looks on the green cardstock, so I decided to just paper piece it together. So while I'm fussy cutting and then coloring in the reindeer image, I thought that I would tell you guys a little bit about the hop and about the Facebook group. So this is from the Handmade Happiness Facebook group, and it was created a couple years ago. Jen Schoolcraft puts on the challenges once a month, and we get together and do a hop. There's themes and techniques, and there's about 10 to 15 participants. It is a hashtag driven hop, so make sure that you click on the hashtag and the video title, but also make sure you go over to Instagram and type in the hashtag, because some people are going to do Instagram only posts, some people are going to do YouTube only, and some people will actually do both. So you want to make sure that you can see all of the inspiration, all of the hard work that everybody's put in. I love watching these videos every single month, even if I don't participate, because I get a lot of great ideas and creative sparks from everybody's projects. So I can't wait to see what everybody did this month. And like I said, this month is complementary colors, so I chose the red and the green because I am always struggling at the end of the year to make enough Christmas cards. So I figured if I started now doing a couple of them, I might actually get to send out cards to everybody that's on my list this year. I try so hard, and then at the very end, I never end up with enough cards. So I need to start earlier each year. So starting now in April, where it feels like we just did Christmas. So back to the card. I am now going to decorate the Christmas tree. I did one of these in my Christmas video series last year. I made it into a tag, but I decided to go ahead and make this the focal point. So I took some gems and some flatback gems, some sequins, and I just decided to randomly put them around in the garland and just give it a little bit of fun, festive decoration. It was a little bit difficult for that star to stay on because it is not a flat back one, but I finally did get it to stay on. So to attach it to the front slider piece, you're going to want to make sure that you only have glue on the very bottom of the tree, nothing that goes over top of that score line, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get the card to slide like that. So once that was in place, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the piles of presents. I did a red one and a green one, and see how I like them. I don't like it next to the green presents next to the green tray. So then I switch, and then I tried this one. This one was from the Car Critters Christmas, or no, I'm sorry. It was from the Deck the Car Lawn Fawn die set, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I just decided to go ahead with the red pile of presents. So I glued it down, and then I'm going to use my white gel pen to go in and decorate the wrapping paper that would be on the presents. So I'm going to go in and add some dots and some stripes, and once I'm finished with that, I'm going to put it to the side to let the white gel pen dry a little bit so I don't smudge anything, and I'm going to move on to creating the interior piece. So this is the piece of green cardstock that measures 3 1/4 by 4 7/8 of an inch. I chose stamps from the Car Critters Christmas add-on stamp set from Lawn Fawn to create the sentiment that says, "I'll be home for Christmas." And I wanted the car to look like it was driving through it, so I'm using that Hero Arts intense black ink cube there. And if I had to do this over again, I probably would have moved up the sentiment and maybe not used that image. I think the image is a little bit too dimensional. It does get stuck sometimes, but it's not too bad. You can make it work. So I'm now taking that interior piece, and on that little score mark, I'm taking some ATG and running it across. And then I'm going to go to the bottom of that 3 1/4 by 4 7/8 inch green piece of cardstock and center it in the middle and then press it down. So you can see here, that's how the mechanism is going to work. And you can see it gets stuck a little bit on the wheels, but it's fine. You can actually just lift up the top piece a little bit, and it's not bad at all. It doesn't get stuck every single time. So I'm using some foam tape cut in half to go around the edges and pop it up on the card base. Now, one of the things you want to be careful when you're making this card is that you don't put that foam tape too close, or any of the tape too close to any of the edges or the openings for the slider piece, because you don't want to get anything stuck on it. So to finish creating that slider piece, I'm going to take my hole punch a hole out where the notch is, and take some red, white, and green baker's twine and use that to create a tail, so that you can easily pull on the piece and let the and easily slides out to create that easel. So I'm going to go back to the card base, and this card base measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. I'm going to go take the tape off of the back of the foam tape and place it on top of the card. So that is the entire card for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that this inspires you to make an easel card. I can't wait to see what everyone else has created. If you guys have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. If you want to be part of Handmade Happiness Facebook group, make sure you check out the more information section below. Make sure you check out Instagram, and I will see you guys real soon for another video.